Hi everybody, this is Agnes from Sediment, and today we're going to talk about how to read a wine label. For many of us, choosing wine in the shop can be exhausting or intimidating. There are so many wine labels available. Some of them contain a lot of information, and some of the wine labels contain no information at all. Today, I will focus on general information that might appear on the wine labels, because each winemaking country, region, or even wine producer will have their own labeling rules, which we will discuss in upcoming videos. You can let me know in the comments which countries or wine regions labels you would like to deconstruct next. Typically, wine bottle will contain two labels, one in front and one in back. Classical wine label looks similar to this, and almost always it will have some of the following information. Wine producer or brand. Same as with other goods, there are wine producers and brands we know and love, we don't know, we trust, and we don't trust. There are also producers and brands that can dictate much higher prices for their wine, even though they have the same grape varieties or appellations on their label. It is often because these producers are associated with prestige, limited production, and higher quality. Origin of the wine, which might not only mean the country of origin, but label might state also the region, site, or even vineyard. Appellation, meaning not only the geographic area where the grapes were harvested, but also grape varieties, how they were grown, yields harvested, and specific aging requirements. Grape variety, which probably is one of the most important pieces of information that you can find on the label, because often grape variety is closely associated with the wine style. There are wine labels that show no information about the grape varieties used, such as Chablis or Barolo, and you just simply have to know or Google that Chablis is always a dry white wine made from Chardonnay grapes only, while Barolo is always oak-aged, dry red wine, often full-bodied, made from Nebbiolo grapes only. The reason for grape varieties not appearing on the front label is because appellation describes wine style much better than grape itself. You should not feel bad if you don't know yet all the rules of the appellations and grape varieties used, as it will come with time and experience. And even if you know that Brunello di Montalcino is made from 100% Sangiovese grape variety, is oak-aged, dry red wine, there might be two Brunello di Montalcino from the same vintage standing on the shelf next to each other, but they can be very different in style, because style and quality is also closely associated with the producer. Because of that, wine labels from New World might be easier to read, as they often state the grape variety and even wine style on the front label. Vintage. If wine is made from specific vintage, it might be stated on the front label. For wines that don't have vintage on the label, you might assume that it is a blend of several vintages. The reason why vintage is stated on the label is because some wines you will want to have as fresh as possible. Most of Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio, and Rosé wines will fall into that category. While for age-worthy wines, you will want to look for high-quality vintages, because these will show greater aging potential. Name of the wine or range. Some wines can have their own names. These can be names of places, vineyards, some cryptic codes, or to honor someone in the family or company. Wineries that have a large portfolio might also categorize their wines in different ranges. These ranges can present different quality levels as well. Designation of quality. Quality levels can be set by winemakers, organizations, or by the local government. In one country or region, a particular term might mean that the wine has met a specific requirements, while the same term in other countries might mean absolutely nothing. Perfect example is term reserva. In Rioja, it specifically means that wine, in this case red, has been aged for a minimum of 3 years, of which 12 must be in oak, while in most of the New World countries, reserve term can be used freely. And most of the time, this term will be used to name a specific wine range, the same as it is with winemaker's selection, cellar's selection, or best of the best. Where the wine has been bottled. It used to be assumed that best wines were bottled in the same place they were made. But we live in a different world now, which is getting warmer. Nowadays, shipping in bulk and bottling wine in the same country where it is going to be consumed is much less energy consuming and more nature friendly. Volume and alcoholic strength. Because wine is an alcoholic beverage, label must contain information about how much wine is in the bottle and its alcohol in percentage. As alcohol tends to add body to the wine, it can give you some insights on the wine style. Red wine with 12% of alcohol will not be the most full-bodied red wine on the planet. There are, however, wine labels that contain almost no information at all, and you might need to turn the bottle around to get some information on the wine style. Additionally, back labels may contain more technical information, such as more specified wine style, meaning whether it is red, white, dry, or sweet, whether or not it is aged, how long and where, warning signs, importer, serial number of the bottle, and the total number of bottles of particular wine produced. Sometimes you will also see a detailed description of how the wine smells and tastes, as well as suggested food pairings. If you want to experiment but also reduce the risk of disappointment, may I suggest to follow the producer that you trust. Let's say you have found a wine you really like from the wine producer Villa Maria. You can experiment with other wines from them, because often the quality and style will be present throughout each producer's wine portfolio. Likewise, if you have realized that you really like Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough Valley, it is worth checking out other Sauvignon Blanc wines from Europe and New World countries. You might find something that you really like. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video will make you feel comfortable the next time you're in the wine shop.